Hello people! How are you? Here is my painting that I did out of my imagination. But there are some specific techniques and exercises that I want to share with you today for improving your imagination. This is what I did in the last months. And this was the sketchbook. So you have some of this drawing here. This is, for example, this is all 10 minutes sketches and exercise. This is 5 minutes. First of all, there is one important rule, which is always having a notebook with you, and all the time that you have time, try to draw something of what's around you or the people in front of you. For example, I had to spend time in the underground, like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half per day, and I felt like this is very good time for me. Just start to drawing and doodling on the sketchbook. Second rule is free your hand. It means don't waste any line when you're drawing, when you're sketching. Each line means something, and just keep it. And the third rule is always practicing anatomy and figure drawing, always. Preferably 1 time per week, because it's like going to the gym. You have to do that. You have to do that training all weeks in order to gain some results. Started with the basic sketch. Well, I had the old picture in my head. First of all, with the canvas in front of me, I tried to visualize what I wanted, and I started with a rough sketch made with burnt sienna, and I did the basic layer. But for the basic layer I used a mix, a very specific medium. I used a mix of retardant and flow improver. So it was kind of an experiment for me. Well, I knew already the effect more or less, but it was an experience for the basic layer. And once I was done with the base layer, I introduced some black to enhance the shadows. And also it's very good for giving you a kind of reference point. So here I'm fixing the main shadows, and then here we go with some ochre. So yellow ochre, and we go for skin tones. Oh, I forgot to mention that this is acrylics, so it's all acrylic on canvas. And yeah, for the skin tone, just for the sake of the video, I used yellow ochre, vermilion, no, red, yeah, vermilion red, and raw sienna, white and black. So this was my skin tone, and it's kind of a part of a very simple palette. I choose these colors and these skin tones because to me they are very realistic. I didn't want to give a very realistic vibe to this painting. I just wanted to have some sort of form and movement. Alright. And also a base where I can put some details. As you can see later on, I went for some details. And here I am adding some blue. I realized at this point I realized that the painting was too orangey. There was not so much green, and you have to see the greenish tones in the shadows. That's absolutely a must. I wanted to give that kind of vibe, and as I said, this is acrylic, so I used a mix of ultramarine blue and glazing medium, and it worked great, to be honest. It worked great, and I used the same color for the wings as well. And now I wanted to give some sort of supernatural vibe, so didn't want to go for normal eyes. I really wanted to give some sort of not human kind of feeling. And this was the place where I have the idea. So adding some tattoos to this skin, because at the end of the day, when you're doing tattoos, the skin is just another medium, it's just another canvas. And why not using this canvas on top of another canvas to express something, or to just add some details and some cool stuff. And this was very funny. I really had this feeling of having fun while painting, and it was something that I didn't have since long time. Sometimes it's kind of hard to keep up with everything, and yeah, at this stage I really felt, wow, I want to do this. I want to keep it, and that's why I would do probably other paintings with this style. I used a white pencil for making the, let's say, stencils. So make it the basic forms. I used a white pencil, and on top of that I used ultramarine blue, white and black mixed together. White and black, very few of that, just a drop of it, and mixed with the glazing medium. So it's a kind of glaze layer where you can still see the beneath color, so beneath skin tone. And it was kind of interesting because if you see tattoos, for example, they have this greenish tone, but there is also the tone of the skin within that. So I think in this way you can kind of replicate the same color, but there are many ways to do that. So I really had good time trying to mimic the tattoos on skin. So I used a fine liner brush. The problem with these fine liners to me is that sometimes they're good, sometimes they are not. And I'm still a little bit struggling to use that, because sometimes it's way more precise, the normal brush, so not long hair, so a zero, to be clear, a zero brush with a normal length of the hair. Why I'm saying this, because from one side the liner holds a lot of color, but for the other side the liner, the zero brush, so the very small brush with normal length of hair, it's has more accuracy and when you use it, so it's more easy to use and manipulate the line as well. And here, of course, I'm getting some varnish. Oh, this is so satisfying. Oh yes, varnish. And this is a very nice varnish, to be fair. It's oil, and as everyone knows this, you can use oil on top of acrylics. Did you know this? Yes. You thank me later. And you can use as well oil varnish on acrylics, on acrylic paintings. And honestly, it's better. It's a bit more glossy. It's still protective completely, so not bad at all. And here is the final result. Hope you enjoyed the video, people, and I'll meet you next one.